Welcome to BrewFix, where coffee meets craftsmanship. And one of the most surprising realities about espresso machines is that they almost never suddenly become worse overnight, but instead slowly drift away from their original performance over time, often so gradually that baristas and coffee enthusiasts don't notice until the espresso simply doesn't taste as good as it used to. And this drift happens because espresso machines are complex systems constantly exposed to heat, pressure, water, chemistry, and mechanical stress that subtly alter how the machine behaves with every shot pulled. When a machine is brand new, its pump pressure, brew temperature, valve timing, and water flow are all operating within precise specifications designed by the manufacturer. But after hundreds or thousands of brewing cycles, several things begin to change inside the machine. Starting with thermal expansion and contraction, where metal components like boilers, pipes, and group heads repeatedly heat and cool, slowly affecting seals and fittings that maintain stable pressure inside the system. And over time, this thermal stress can slightly alter how tightly components fit together, which changes how water flows through the machine. Another major factor is mineral scale, because even moderately hard water deposits calcium and magnesium inside boilers, valves, and small copper tubes, gradually narrowing the pathways through which water travels and subtly changing both temperature stability and flow resistance, meaning the pump must work harder to push water through the system and pressure behavior becomes less predictable. Pumps themselves also wear down over time, especially vibration pumps whose internal springs and valves fatigue after thousands of cycles, causing the machine to produce slightly less pressure than when it was new, which directly affects espresso extraction because the relationship between pressure and puck resistance determines how evenly flavor compounds dissolve. From the coffee bed, valves and solenoids can also drift as tiny internal seals harden or collect mineral deposits, altering how quickly they open and close during brewing and backflushing cycles, while temperature sensors and thermostats can gradually lose accuracy due to scale buildup interfering with heat transfer, meaning the machine may deliver water a few degrees hotter or cooler than intended without anyone realizing it. None of these changes usually cause the machine to fail outright, which is why the drift often goes unnoticed. But together they gradually move the machine away from its original calibration, so that espresso begins tasting slightly different, shots run a little faster or slower, crema becomes less stable, or dialing in coffee requires constant adjustments that were not necessary before. And understanding this phenomenon helps explain why professional cafés regularly service and recalibrate their machines to restore pressure, temperature, and flow to their intended specifications, because espresso machines are not static appliances, but living mechanical systems constantly evolving under heat, pressure, and water chemistry, which means maintaining great espresso is not just about the beans or the recipe, but about keeping the machine itself operating within the narrow performance window it was designed for. Something we explore here at BrewFix to help coffee enthusiasts, baristas, and technicians understand the hidden mechanics behind their machines so they can maintain consistent performance and keep every shot tasting the way it should.